Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Sunday, December 25, 2022. Happy Christmas, everyone. Joyo Noel, Feliz Navidad. I think it must strike some of you as a little confusing that here at our house we celebrate a little bit of two ways. There are some traditional pagan ways that observe the solstices and equinoxes, and a big Christian and/or American holiday or two as they arise. So I want to take a minute to talk to you about that today. Like many people who grew up in the American Midwest, I am a byproduct of Bible Belt Christianity. And I say byproduct because my family was never very religious. When I went to church, it was with friends to their churches, which happened quite a lot on a Sunday morning or a Wednesday night. And I learned a lot about Christianity that way, but also simply because it was ambient in the culture of the US Middle America. We prayed in school, before games and shows, at graduations. Christianity was in everything the public attended. My parents had been raised in Christian and Catholic households, but not being as pious or faithful, we celebrated Christmas and Easter with the family and avoided church on those occasions. And though Christmas was a big deal at our house, so were St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving, even Mother's Day, which are all patently US American celebrations from my perspective. I don't think I'm an outlier in this. I think a lot of people in my generation, Gen X, and the generations that follow have had the experience of celebrating Christmas more as a cultural observation and not necessarily as a religious one. But many of us still have some very fond memories of Christmas traditions, and we celebrate with a combination of Christmas and Yuletide traditions we learned as we were growing up. For me, Christmas is this delightful mashup celebration of light and lights and pine trees and Santa Claus, a baby born in a manger, reindeer and sleigh bells, sing-along songs of both the beautiful and the cheesy varieties, gift giving, and it's that one time of year we're likely to see the special aunt or cousin or old school days friend we never see. It's an excuse to eat a lot of cookies, home-cooked meals, and to connect with the kiddos. Anyway, those of us who are seekers must find a way that suits us to appreciate the various times of year made special by the turning of the seasons. I started out more like a science nerd in search of a spiritual perspective that worked. When I realized that pagan and indigenous traditions nearly all observe the equinoxes, the solstices, and their midpoints, it became a natural fit for me to make a personal and spiritual connection between these very real turning points that are both astronomy and astrology, science and connection, which are all reflected in the seasons of our lives. I am not of other traditions, so I don't reflect them here, which is not to say that I don't respect Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or any of the other religious and cultural traditions that arise around this time of year. I respect every person's connection to their particular way of observing, appreciating, and celebrating the changing seasons in their own way. And in any case, much of it comes back to astrology. I could name a handful of observations from various traditions that rely entirely on a certain phase of the moon, a certain number of moons into a season, among them Easter and the Chinese New Year. This is why, among all the things I study, astrology is the most fascinating and fundamental. Looking up at the sky and finding a pattern is our most traditional way, worldwide, of connecting with ourselves, with others, and with the mystery of that which we feel but cannot necessarily express. The sun is in Capricorn today, along with Mercury, Venus, and Pluto. So our sense of purpose begins to feel very much like a sense of responsibility, a serious desire to make progress. This is when we begin to plan for the coming year, to think about what we can do to make ourselves feel more secure, more safe, more well-established, more taken seriously, and more accomplished. Mercury here in Capricorn says we have these things very much on our minds, and that even our small day-to-day actions are a reflection of our desire to create something strong for ourselves that will stand the test of time. Venus in Capricorn is all business right now, negotiating the terms by which we will be compensated for the investments we make and showing interest only in investments that bring a solid material return that has value for us. And Pluto in Capricorn is transforming our habitual ways of approaching this life, challenging us to replace worn-out institutions that have stopped effectively doing what they were made to do. The waxing crescent moon here is in Aquarius all day today. Like Capricorn, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, and so it is bent on practical matters. But Aquarius has a more social, humanitarian vibe. So while we're doing the waxing crescent work of dreaming, imagining the future, setting intentions, creating goals, making plans, our hearts are likely to be intent on collaboration, working with our allies, and looking out for the physical well-being of our communities and collectives. Cardinal Earth and fixed air, friends, we are initiating material growth from a bird's eye perspective, taking in all the potentialities of our actions while we create plans that we can commit to. And today we have just a couple of lunar aspects on the page. The moon side of the page here is where we think about how it feels to be us and who we are when we're at home among the people we keep close. Early this evening at 5:34, and that's Central Standard Time, friends, Moon finds itself in a trine here to Mars, Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio. This is a very positive vibe. We're confident, we can be bold, and the trine vibration says our actions are likely to bring very positive outcomes. Mars is retrograde, right? So the rule of taking our time and maybe trying something twice still applies. And then after midnight at 1:35 Monday morning, Moon will be square to Uranus, Cancer, and Aquarius. This is the middle of the night, and it is a jumpy, impulsive vibe. It may not be the best time to have a change of plans or to try something out of the ordinary. If you cannot resist the urge, at least let someone close to you know about what you plan to do. Coming up on Wednesday, Venus gets cooperative with Neptune, allowing us to express our love through service. And the half-lit first quarter moon on Thursday represents a shift in our creative gears where we begin to act on the plans we are now making. And then also on Thursday, Mercury goes retrograde, inviting us to slow down and become more observant as we move into the new year. And that's it for today's astrology, friends. Thank you for tuning in. For the second half of this vlog, in which we seek further insight from Tarot, please check out my other channel, Astrology Today and Tarot with Melrose. The link is in the description. I appreciate you all so much for being here. My love and gratitude go out to each and every one of you, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.